Hey there, Libra friends. This is your intuitive money and career tarot reading for mid-January through mid-February. And clarity around your next steps is coming through strongly. If you're new here, welcome to Universal Wisdom Tarot. And if you're returning, welcome back. It's always a pleasure to have you here. If you haven't already, take a quick second to like and subscribe so you never miss your 2026 spiritual and financial guidance. This period highlights the importance of skill building and using emotional intelligence in your financial decisions. Greater independence is absolutely within reach. And while there may be moments of disappointment or stress, your caution, resilience, and balance help you navigate them wisely. If you're ready to see how this unfolds for you, let's dive in. Hey there, beautiful Libra souls. If this is the first video you're seeing on this channel in 2026, let me take a quick second and I'm going to wish you a very happy new year. I've already asked for blessings for your reading, so I'm going to take out all the cards first and then I'm going to connect to the messages after. I am taking just the major arcana out of this deck for your main messages. All right, so let's just get into the cards. Right, my dear Libras. All right, let's just fix the cards up here so that you can see them all. We can get into the messages. You have here the Lover's card. This is being clarified by the Eight of Pentacles and by the Queen of Cups. You have the Ego card. It's called Ego in this deck, but it is known as the Devil. The Nine of Pentacles and the Three of Swords. Here you have the Strength card, and that's clarified by the Nine of Swords and the Page of Swords. Interesting, you got a few swords here on the table, lots going on in the mind this period of time for you, Libra, which is, this reading's for the period of sort of say the mid-January to mid-February time frame for your current finances, all right? So let's get into your messages and start with the Lover's card. When it comes to finances, the Lover's card suggests that there's some big decisions that need to be made. Okay, now this could also be related to your career. Career finances, sometimes they go together, sometimes they're separate, but at the end of the day, there's some big financial decisions that need to be made. Okay, you have to choose. And you may have to choose between having one big thing versus another big thing. Okay, now I feel for some of you, I'm just going to throw it out there because I keep getting this message and I have to get them I have to give it to you when I get them, because otherwise they don't get it out of my head here. But basically I feel like somebody has to choose between how they're going to spend their money against a couple of big expenses. Do I take the big expense now, or do I do it next year? Okay, so there's a little bit of that going on. Important thing to remember is that you can't have both of them. That's what they're telling me. Okay, you have to choose. All right, Lovers is the card of choice. Okay, it is a card of relationships and emotions and that kind of thing, but it is also the card of choices. And for me as a reader, it is a card of also commitment. So when you choose, you commit yourself to whatever that course of action is, whatever that is for you. All right. Now, I know sometimes we want both. Just know that sometimes one, if you go sort of down one route and you make a choice and you get to the end and then the door closes, well, you just backtrack and you go back to the other way. Okay, so that's something I have to put out there for somebody who needs to hear it. But basically, you have choices here, and these choices are going to have a large impact on your career. It could have an impact on your finances in some way, but I feel like for some of you, it's going to be a bit of a bigger impact than normal, than has happened so far for you. All right? If you're making a choice about your career, those decisions require dedication and they require some emotional intelligence. So for some of you out there, Libra, your decisions may involve a partnership. Okay, do you go into business with somebody? Do you take this person as your work partner, your projects partner? Do you work with this person on something? Do you have a choice to work with the people that you work with? Okay, so for some of you, that'll be the case. Everybody will have a different case, right? Just reading for the collective. So take it how it resonates. Yeah, definitely. What there could be something there related to partnerships. Now, you're clarifying the Lovers with the 8 of Pentacles here. So basically, the choice that you make now requires your full attention. It requires you to focus in on it fully, because you cannot have success, you cannot rise without that focus. And for some of you, I feel like it has to do with your independence too. So I feel like for some of you, there's an independence that's rising in you, or there's an independence that you're trying to achieve. All right, so I feel like that is could be connected to this choice, but definitely give it your full focus in terms of the choice, in terms of making the choice, but also your full focus once you've made that choice. Okay, so perhaps for some of you, might be heads down on your work and you're deeply invested in your career or your projects or your tasks. Perhaps you're focusing in on building some kind of expertise, some side business that you want. You're taking your creative abilities and turning it into a financial venture, right? So you might be focusing in on that, but something that's going to bring you some financial increase. Okay, for some of you, maybe you just figured out what you need to do for the end of 2026 in order to get a bonus or to get a promotion. So you're going to make sure you're checking all those boxes in terms of what you need to do. So you're going to focus in on the tasks you need to do to be able to say 100% without a doubt, yeah, I fulfilled all these boxes. Now, I think I deserve a promotion for that, or I deserve a bonus or an annual increase or whatever. Queen of Cups is a card of intuition, equally as, for me as a reader anyway, as sometimes as the High Priestess. You don't have the High Priestess on this table right now, but I'm getting that sense from the Queen of Cups of intuitiveness and a little bit of empathy, all right? But certainly being people focused, definitely being collaborative in who you have to maybe work with this Lovers card. When I said, maybe it's partnership, there's something there at the partnership, but that Queen of Cups is giving me that vibe. All right, now we get into Ego. As I said, it's called Ego here, but it is the card of the Devil. that's being clarified by the Nine of Pentacles. It is being clarified by the Three of Swords here in this middle row here, okay? So, or middle column, I should say. So, now, you know, as I get into this set of cards here, I'm getting a message already from my guides, Libra, that some kind of new information might shake things up around your workplace, okay? That's the devil at play, okay? The devil, the eagle card, is the card of the devil. It's a card of illusion. It's sometimes a card of dependency. It's a card of materialism. It's a card of us being tied to things that maybe we're very tied to the way we work, and then something comes along that shakes things up and we're like, oh no, now I actually have to change. Oh, okay. So, okay, I don't know, I'm getting for somebody the feeling that if you are in, like, say, a managerial position where you have staff, I feel like you need to prepare your staff for the changes that are coming your way. But I just feel like there's some kind of shakeup that might happen here. All to say that there's a little bit of devil at play here. And, you know, if that is your case, and let's, I don't know, let's say some new management is coming in, or maybe they're looking at downsizing, and as a result, you might have to take on some additional work, okay? And there's the devil saying, here it is, here's the boatload of work, my friends. Well, you know, that's some temporary pain here because you got this Three of Swords, and this is this card of independence. So now you might have to take bigger leadership. You might be working more independently as a result of whatever the shakeup might bring your way. I just feel that's for somebody. It's not going to be for everybody, but just take it how it resonates, all right? Definitely some financial independence, though, is achievable for others of you, okay? Because the devil is the card of materialism, and you're saying, I want to make more, I want to make more, I want to make more. How do I do that? Now, knowing that this is the position of the resistance, it's the challenge, right? How do you make more? That's what you should be, you know, you're going to be asking yourself. How do I do this, right? And being aware that in that mindset, there could be some toxic situation, okay? There could be some limitations, there could be some patterns that, you know, might not be healthy ones, all right? So, yeah, rewards come with hard work. That's another thing that they're telling me to tell you, which is now remembering that hard work is not what we always want to do, of course, right? But it, you know, it's a lot easier if we could just get money without having to do any work at all, right? But, you know, sometimes we have to put in the effort, and the Three of Swords is saying, don't worry, whatever this shakeup is, whatever this extra work is, whatever the things is that you have to do here, it's going to be temporary, and, you know, that should lighten up soon, all right? Now, so, you know, I'm still getting this, you know, independence here. I feel like there's a sense of independence, and that you are maybe a sense of confidence that grows here as well as a result, in that for some of you, that's going to put you in a much better position to take on something, you know, maybe in a couple of months from now, a much higher position, especially if there is a shake-up at work, all right? Now, as a result of this shake-up, okay, this is Strength, Nine of Swords, and the Page of Swords. I kind of feel with the result of the shakeup here, you might feel some stress, okay? That's that Nine of Swords, sleepless nights. You might have a little bit of worry maybe around your career. Am I going to get it? Am I going to do this? Am I going to be able to cut it? Am I going to get fired? You know, all those stresses and things come at us when, you know, am I going to be able to make ends meet if you have your own business? Am I going to be able to pay my bills? All right. So these are the kinds of stresses that come with the Nine of Swords in as it relates to money, career, finance, right? This requires strength, right? The Nine of Swords is clarifying this is your time for to let your courage out, for your perseverance to come out, for your compassion to come out, all right? Strength reminds you that patience, resilience, courage, these are the key things that help you to navigate, okay? And it'll help you to navigate this period of time. So just, words of wisdom here is focus on problem solving rather than fear, okay? Pages are about communication, so some of you might be actually receiving an email or a phone call that's related to this new information that I'm feeling for you as a result of the shakeup, or maybe there's the part of this change that's going on. But all to say, it's going to build your independence. I feel that rising, and I feel that your confidence will be rising as well, Libra. So that's where I'm going to leave your reading for now, my friends, and I hope something resonated. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons, please, and thank you, and I'll see you again here very soon. Until then, please know I am, as always, wishing you divine light and love.